All right. I am testing out the equipment. I'm about to go live in a few days, folks. Go onto YouTube, hit the subscribe button so you can get the alert. We're going to be talking about the five basics principles of how you can build generational wealth, one penny, one dime, $1 at a time. That's right. So testing out the equipment, but today I want to kind of give you a quick tip on how easy it is to save up $1 million, right? A lot of times it may seem impossible, it may seem like a dream for you to retire a millionaire. Gonna touch on a couple of things. The rule of 72. What that means is you take 72 divided by the average rate of return of your investment. Today we're talking about the S&P 500. A lot of times, Vanguard VOO ETF is a ticker symbol that you can use to track the large cap fund, S&P 500. What is that? It is 500 of the top performing US companies. That's right. So take a look at this investment calculator. Say you, right, you're 30 years old and you have no money saved up for retirement, but you're saying, Michael, how much money do I need in order to retire a millionaire in 30 years? Here's what you have to do. Take a tool like this, go to calculator.net, say your starting amount is $0, and you say you're 30 years old. So, and you want to retire at 60, right? You want to retire at age 60. So you enter 30 for the number of years. Now you want to enter the average annual rate of return of your investment. You can go with stock, which is 9% for an index fund like the S&P 500, or you can go with bond. Bonds have an average annual return of 3%. Let's just see. Let's enter 3 and see what happens. And say that you are going to save $600 a month. You have $600 per month. How much money will you have if you're 30 and you turn 60, right? You keep putting in $600 per month. What's going to happen? Fast forward, you're age 60. Guess what? You have a whopping $347,000 in your account. How does that make you feel? And if you look, you contributed 216,000 and interest, right? Your money was making money while you were sleeping, compound interest. You ended up making $131,000 while you were sleeping. Your money was making money. If you like for your money to make money, let me see you type more money in the chat box. More money, more money. That's right. Now, once again, here's what you can do. The rule of 72 is take 72 divided by your average annual return. And that's how long it will take for your money to double. Let's say you have $10,000, right? You put $10,000 in the bond. 72 divided by 3 is what? Let's see. Type it in the chat box for those who can keep up real quick. 72 divided by 3 is what? 24. That's right. So that means in 24 years, your $10,000 would double to be $20,000. That's how compound interest works. That's how the rule of 72 works. If you learned something, hit the like or smaller, hit the subscribe button. All right, now you're saying I'm not investing in bonds, Michael. I want to invest in the S&P 500 that gives me an average annual return of what? 9%. That's right, 9%. So we're going to change the scenario. We're going to say you're 30 years old and your average annual return is 9%. Okay. We're just changing one variable, which is what you decide to invest in. Because some people, they want to hold on to their money. They're afraid of losing money in the stock market because their neighbor said, I had $500,000 in the stock market. And then all of a sudden the market went down and I only have $400,000 in the account. So they say, I am not going to invest in stocks again. I'm going to put my money in something that's going to grow slow. So they talk to their friends, the neighbors, the financial gurus, and they say, put your money in a bond, put your money in a bond. So they listen, they put their money in a bond. Let's see the difference between investing in bond versus investing in an index fund like the Vanguard VOO ETF. So now the rule of 72 says take 72 divided by 9 equals what? That's the average annual return is 9%. So now just take the number 9. 72 divided by 9 is what? 8. That means if you have $10,000 in 8 years, your 10,000 will double to be worth $20,000. That's it. That's right. You're not putting in any more money. And then 8 years later, the 20,000 becomes 40,000. And 8 years later, 40 becomes 80,000. 80 becomes 160,000. 160 becomes 320,000. 320 becomes $640,000. That's just with you putting the $10,000 and letting it ride, folks. You just let the money ride. Let's say you're going to invest. You don't have $10,000 in cash sitting there right now, but you can afford to invest $600 per month. Here's what you can do. You take your money, you put it in an index fund, IRA, Roth 401k, whatever financial instrument you want to do with whatever is available. You get 9% annual return for the next 30 years, blah. Woo, you are a millionaire. You are a millionaire. That's right. All you have to do is at age 30, put $600 in your investments and keep putting the money in every month. Fast forward, you are age 60. You are 60 years old, chilling, relaxing. You're not working. You got your feet up on the couch while your neighbors are going back and forth to work. Meanwhile, you have $1 million in your account. Why? Because you chose to do what is hard today, which is sacrificing, right? You're not spending money going to all those fancy restaurants. You're not taking all those trips. You decided to sacrifice your money by putting $600 every month, no matter what. They had the Black Friday sale, they had the specials. No, you were diligent. You were diligent. You were disciplined. You put your $600 in the account, and 30 years later, guess what? You have $1 million. How does that make you feel? I don't know about you, but whew, some of this financial knowledge, the financial literacy, if someone would have showed me this when I was age 20, 25, man, I wouldn't have spent all that money on things that just go down in value, right? Think about it. If you buy a brand new $50,000 Lexus truck, that thing looks pretty. 30 years later, where's it going to be? Where's it going to be? Type in the chat box in the junkyard, because I doubt you're going to still drive that Lexus 30 years from now that you had to have, right? It's going to be gone. What about that vacation that you had to have? 30 years later, where's it at? Gone. This is why you have to invest in things that are going to go up in value, folks. Personal finance, invest in it. If you learned something, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Yes, I am the author of Build Generational Wealth, Retire Early. It's a fictional book about how you can build generational wealth. It walks you through the life of Marcus and Latoya, how they use the 5 principles that I teach. I teach about life insurance, number one. Number two, you have to get the 401k money matched. You put in $100, your employer puts in $100, or you put in $100 and your employer puts in $50. Number three, we got to do it. We got to pay off the high interest debt. Number three, pay off the high interest debt because it's robbing you of your financial future, folks. You will be amazed at how long it takes to pay off a credit card making the minimum payment. Let me just give you a hint. It's going to take you longer than what you think. And number four, you have to take advantage of the tax savings. Open up an individual retirement account to get the tax savings. Number five, people don't talk about it, but I teach it. Michael Dillard, your personal finance coach, been there, done it. So I teach this. This is something that I do for my kids. Me and my wife, we learned early. In order to teach financial literacy, in order to build generational wealth, you have to teach your kids how to fish. If you feed your kid a fish today, can they eat tomorrow? They can't. They're going to be dependent on you. But if you teach them how to fish, how to read personal finance books like this, how to listen to information that's going to increase their financial literacy, then they can start investing early and often so that they can become a millionaire. So that, say, let's take a look at this example. Let's change it from age 30. They're 25, right? They're age 25 because they have the financial knowledge and financial literacy, and they've been investing $600 a month for, look at that, 25 years, right? 25 years, they're going to have $634,000. But Let's just reverse the situation. Say, you know what? They're age 25 and they're going to keep working to age 65. They're age 25. They're going to keep working to age 65. That's 40 years, right? All right. Whoo, age 25, working to age 65. They're going to have $2.5 million in the account. How does that sound? Would you like for that to have been you? Imagine all that money you were making when you were young. Is this something you wish you knew when you were younger? If so, type in the comment. What's a financial tip that someone gave you when you were younger? Or what's the worst financial mistake that you made? I will share one with you. When I was young, wasn't paying attention with my money. I bought a brand new car, folks. A brand new four-door car, all because I wanted to look cool. And guess where the car is at right now? It is in the junkyard. The car's in the junkyard. I didn't need that expensive car. I bought more car than I could handle. If I would have spent half the amount on the car and the other half on investing, I'd have hundreds of thousands of dollars more money right now in my bank account. Folks, it's been a pleasure. Hit the subscribe button. Talk to you on the next live.